Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my channel is basically a bit of a life vlog. Currently trying to conceive baby number 2, and I asked people for questions and stuff like that, and someone did ask about my birth experience with Olivia, which was grab life by the halls. I'd go check her channel out. It's really good. She's from the UK. She's not far from me, and she's got 10 kids. And she's honestly amazing. She's so funny. She's lovely as well. So yeah, go across, check her channel out. This video will be done in separate. I'm doing it separately. Like, I recorded some the other day. I'm recording some now. It's just because just finding the time at the moment, the house is like hectic and everything, so it's just finding time to sit down and do it. So I've been doing it in bits and bobs. So if you wonder why I look different in different clips, that's why. Anyway, I thought I'd do a video because one of the questions that Sam had asked was what was my birth like with Olivia and blah blah blah. So I thought I'd do this in 2 videos. I'd do this first video, my pregnancy, finding out, scans, etc., because I do have bits and bobs that I can be able to put together. And my next video is going to be Olivia's birth. But that will come out after my Q&A, because there's answers that I'm replying to. There's questions that I'm replying to. That's fair. There's questions that I'm replying to in the Q&A that will explain Olivia's birth, and maybe some of the questions you might end up having. If you just watched Olivia's birth, you'd be like, huh? What? So it'll explain a bit. But yeah. So Olivia's birth will come out after the Q&A video, which I'm going to do on Monday. It's Saturday today. I've managed to find a spare half an hour. Liv's been absolutely drained today. But anyway, back to the pregnancy thing. So, when I was with Olivia, I wasn't tracking anything. Wasn't trying for Olivia at the time. I had been trying for 3 years previously, but then I had a miscarriage in the January, and then things went a bit sour, and yeah, wasn't going to. Olivia was an accident, a blessed accident, over the moon accident. Anyway, so must have been 3 weeks pregnant, and I'd gone to go get my nose pierced. And I remember getting really sick. He did it. We had to fill this form out, me and my sister. We had to fill this form out. Just turn this down a little bit because I feel like I'm a bit high. We had to fill this form out, and this form was like, it said, are you pregnant? And you said you could be pregnant. And obviously straight away, no. Just didn't register at all. Anyway. And had it done, and I remember just going really sicky and was like, anyway, I went really dizzy, and it took me a while to leave the shop because I was so just completely, and my sister was like laughing at me because she thought that it was my pain threshold, and that I was just being a big wuss. But anyway, it wasn't that. We'd then walked out the shop, and we'd gone into, I think we'd gone into like Poundland or something, and was walking out of Poundland, and I literally walked boom straight into glass. That's how dazed I was and dizzy I was. I just boom straight into glass, and I was just like, I don't feel well. When he's get back to York, I was in Harrogate at the time. So yeah, got back to York, and nothing clicked at all. This must have been the Monday or the Tuesday. Anyway, by that Sunday, I remember going to the toilet, and I had some spotting. And I thought, oh, period's here, period's on its way. And I remember like going downstairs and thinking, I'll go back up in 5-10 minutes because my flow might be heavier then, sort of thing. And I remember that I had to go downstairs to go get my Santi stuff because I recently bought it that month. I put it in my cupboard, in my kitchen cupboard, instead of taking it upstairs to the bathroom. Anyway, went back upstairs, nothing. and it was just like clear. So I was like, right, okay. So I put a panty liner on instead, went to bed. Next morning, nothing. So I was like, okay. Completely like thought, whatever, don't know. Periods have been all over the place anyway. Just 1 minute. Sorry, Olivia's been a nightmare today. Kids. Anyway, so yeah, so I didn't feel anything on the Monday. I was like, whatever. I've noticed that I've been wanting a cup of tea a lot more. But I didn't notice this until after, so I didn't, on the actual day, I didn't think, oh, well, I'm wanting a cup of tea more. I want any of that. It was just that I noticed that more when I found out I was pregnant and realised that, oh, all these things that have been happening have happened, like me wanting a cup of tea more and everything. Anyway, I'm going to talk more about symptoms later on in this video, because I did record that the other day. So I'm just going to show you my pregnancy test. Went round to my friend's house. I got her to get me a test. Went round and this is what I got. So by that I was 4 weeks when I found out, and by 5 weeks I had really, really bad bloat. Like I just remember, like, God, I couldn't like suck my tummy in. I felt really, really like gassy and bloaty and horrible. And yeah, here's a photo. So yeah, really bloated. So that was like 5 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that anyway. And I remember when I was at work, I used to take side selfies of my like growing bump, which went up to 25 weeks, I think. Or I just took a couple. Not all the time, I don't think. Anyway, I'll insert the clip now. So yeah, that them pictures went to 25 weeks. And you can kind of see that I got quite big. I think I had quite a nice little bump though. Like, you'll see more on my bump videos as the more bump pictures / videos, the more than this vlog goes on. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about my symptoms. So my very first symptom that I noticed was I was walking through B&M and I had really itchy boobs, and I would literally hand down the top, scratching my nipples. Like, my nipple was more or less out. Anyway, so I was walking down the aisle and I was proper giving it, you know, and I was like, realised what I was doing. I was like, I'm there like walking past people like doing this, and I didn't even realise I was doing it. And then that was when I was like, right, I think this was on the 1st, and then I'd had the spot in anyway on the 30th of April, and then this was on the 1st of May, and I was like, Anyway, craving a cup of tea, absolutely just wanted a cup of tea all the time, and that was that. The next day, obviously, I found out I was pregnant, took the tests, took more, I took 3. 3, that was 2, wasn't it? I took 3, found out I was pregnant, completely shocked, over the moon. You'll see more about finding out why I was pregnant with Olive in my Q&A. That'll explain a lot. Anyway, yeah, so I've lost my flow. Yeah, so 5 weeks, bloated, really, really bloated. Then the nausea started to kick in, more like 6 to 7 weeks. Started to feel really, really sicky. I had to literally, as soon as I woke up in the morning and stood up, I had to eat something. Sometimes I'd take biscuits to bed with me just so I could eat one as soon as I woke up, because if I didn't, I was literally, I couldn't walk. I was so, every little motion was making me feel sick or be sick. But yeah, that subsided like at around 12 weeks or something. It only lasted a few weeks. It wasn't pleasant, but I was having 2 previous miscarriages before Olivia. I was really like, oh, do you know, this is a good sign. This means that it's, you know, going on. Anyway, so yeah, I think around, it'll have been about 6 or 7 weeks, so I've been about the same time, maybe even early, maybe 5 to 6 weeks. I started with, I don't know if anyone's ever had this, but really swollen gums, but I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't know it was a sign or a symptom or anything, but my gums felt really, really swollen, and it felt like I'd had beef to eat, like I'd had meat, and loads of meat was stuck in between my teeth, like everywhere. And I was like, I can just remember getting toothpicks, constantly brushing my teeth because I felt like, but what it was when you're pregnant, obviously you've got to take more care of your teeth because for some reason the hormones and everything can ruin your teeth. But it actually causes your gums to swell, which causes your teeth to be a little bit loose as well. And that's what I was experiencing, and it was awful. I can remember like making myself bleed because I was scrubbing my teeth that much because it just felt like there was loads of meat and stuff between my teeth. It was awful feeling, didn't like it at all. But yeah, so that was like, and when I was pregnant in December, so last month, I noticed that I started getting that a little bit again, but obviously it was very, very mild. It didn't last long. Obviously I miscarried. Right, so that's enough of the flicking back and forth now from, because I bet I was really confusing for you all. I just didn't want to remove the clips that I did the other day because I think I was more into them then, and I sort of went into more detail, etc. Anyway, I had an early reassurance scan because I, obviously losing 2 babies beforehand, I was quite nervous about losing another. So here's my photos. So I had got quite a few. These are all upside down. They're upside down here. So quite a few. That's when we got like to hear a heartbeat and stuff. Like just that little tiny dot in that sack. That's Liv. Don't know what this is here. So the thought I was, oh yes, I was 6 weeks and 5 days. Estimated due date then was the 13th of the 1st. But then the midwives then gave me a due date of the 8th. But then I delivered on the 12th. Anyway, so yeah. Yeah. So little Liv, my little reassurance scan. I was quite reassured after this scan, to be fair. I was really, just really reassured by it, and my anxieties and everything just went. So that was really good. I then had a, oh no, I've moved that over. Then what happened? Oh yeah, I felt a move for the first time when I was 15 weeks pregnant. I was in the bath and I just felt like it's like bubble popping at the bottom of my uterus, and I'd never felt anything like it before, and I was like, I think I've just felt a move for the first time. Anyway, so at 16 weeks I had a gender scan. I paid for it. Yeah, so this is the one. So no, she isn't. Well, it should be that way, but it's upside. She was laid upside down. So yeah. I don't know if you'll be able to see here, but I got like a little 4D one. And it's the back of her head and her arms up behind her head. Yeah. And I got a potty shot. So her legs and her bum. And I got told she's a girl. Oh God, I honestly thought I was having a boy. Like really thought I was having a boy. And when the woman told me, oh, you're having a girl, I don't know what that is. I really don't know what that is. What's that? Can anyone work that out? I don't know. That, I don't know. Is that a stomach? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah. She said, oh, she's a girl, and really thought she was a boy. And the whole plan was to go shopping for clothes afterwards and like make a day of it. And I literally walked out, went into the shop, and I looked at girl clothes, and I was just so shocked I couldn't do it. And I was just like, I need McDonald's, I need to go home. and literally I had that proper gender shock. I wasn't disappointed or anything, but I just had it in my head that I was having a boy. So I had my McDonald's, went home, and it wasn't until a couple of days later that I actually could start looking at girl things, and I was like, it hit me like, I'm having a girl, do you know, like, got my head around it sort of thing. I then went to the hospital, so the NHS one, and had my 20-week scan. I'm just trying to work out. No, I didn't. I've not even showed you my 12-week scan, have I? I had a scan at 11 weeks, and that's where they check for Down syndrome and stuff like that. But because I was 11 weeks, they couldn't measure the fluid at the back of the neck properly, so I had to go back again at 13 weeks. I had it at 13 weeks. So this was my 12-week one, my 11-week one, should I say. So yeah, you can just sort of like see her laid here. Just laid there, I think that's placenta or something, but yeah, she's just like laid there, kicking around, really cute. And then I had a 13-week one, which is, sorry, I've got so many scans, it's unreal. Yeah, so then I had was that my 20-week scan? Where's my, oh, it's here. So yeah, then I had my 20-week scan, which is this one. It's not, I keep saying 20-week scan, it's not, this is my 13-week scan. So yeah, she was a lot bigger. So from that to like, look at the difference in 2 weeks. So 11 weeks and 13 weeks. Look at the difference of the size and everything. They honestly grow so quick, don't they? And like, yeah, crazy. So yeah, and obviously they did the fluid and everything was fine. So yeah, and then obviously I had my gender scan, which I paid for privately because I was so impatient. And then I had my 20-week scan, which I keep talking about, which I don't know why. Anyway, these were my 20-week scan. So, little Liv. Sorry, it's a bit glary, isn't it? And then a little face. Yeah. So they're my little scans. I did pay for another one, I know. I did pay for a 4D scan. And these were, they said they couldn't get good photos because of how she was laid, so they asked me to come back like in 2 days time or something, but the photos I got the first time were better than the second time. So these were the first photos or the second photos. These were the second ones. I know I should have been more organised, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, so these, oh, it'll have a date on it, won't it? 28 weeks and 3 days and 28 weeks and 1 day. So yeah, obviously more big head photos and that's just like a submarine thing. There we go. So there's a little face. And that's like the chart thing for, I don't know, limbs. Yeah, anyway, don't know. But yeah, so then obviously I went back again and had the scan again 2 days later. And then these were the scan photos that I got on that day. So this is 28 weeks and 3 days. So her arm, a little face, a little Leah. They're crazy, aren't they, how good they are. But yeah, so that was that. And I also got a video, so I'm going to insert that now. so cute. They're crazy out, they're really good, love them. I even love watching them back, like, so cute. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm now gonna just do like a little time lapse, show you my bump as it's growing, and the little clips of her moving inside my belly and stuff like that. This is all now from 30 weeks to 40 weeks. So yeah, and then the next video will be all about the birth. So yeah, enjoy.